Hello everyone, welcome back to the video number 6 in the series. So we are learning logarithmic inequality in this video. Now before we dive deep into the concept, I assume that you have watched the previous 5 videos and you are really strong with the concepts, right? Having assumed that, let's move to the concept now. Okay. Now before solving any logarithmic inequality question, now guys, this concept is really important for CAT and XAT, right? So before solving this, I need to know certain basics level, right? Certain basic on this, so that you really come out strong while solving such question, right? So the first basic is, let's say if I have a to the power as x and a to the power as y. Now, I'm assuming that this right hand side is greater than the left hand side, right? When it is possible, when I have x is greater than y, right? And having said that, this will be possible only if I have a as greater than 1, right? But what if I have a less than 1, right? This, no, this might just overturn here, right? Now, you might be guessing that what I have written here, right? And I'm sure that most of you haven't got anything, whatever has been written on the screen, right? No issues, just see the example here. If I take, let's say, 2 to the power x and 2 to the power y, very same as I have written here, right? And I tell you that right hand side or the left hand side part is the bigger one, right? This can only be possible when x is greater than y, right guys, right? Let's say x is 3 and y is 4, right? Or y is 2, right? Then I know that my no, left hand side will be greater than the right hand side, right? I know that. Now, what will happen if I have, let's say, no, x greater than y? So I know that, right? And I know that x is greater than 1, a is greater than 1. I know that, right? But what if a is less than 1, right? In the same scenario, what is going to happen here, right? So in that case, let's say if I have x less than y, so in that case, what I can have is, let's say if I take an example, something like this, right, where a is less than 1, and if I tell you that this is x and this is y, right? Now in this case it is, no, when it is going to be, when LHS is going to be greater than the RHS, this is only possible when I have x as less than y, right? When x is less than y, because it's a fraction, right? So more you multiply the fraction, it becomes lesser and lesser, right? So this will be possible when I have x is greater than y, right? And this will be possible only when x is less than y, right? I hope you guys are able to relate things, right? Okay, so we have seen one example when it is more than 1, right? Then this x is greater than have to be greater than y. When this is not greater than 1, right? When this a is not greater than 1, in that case x will be have to be less than y, right? In order to this condition to get satisfied, right guys? So this was the condition, this was the case, and in order to satisfy this case, I had two possible conditions where a should be greater than 1, right, or a should be less than 1, right? So if a is less than 1, this is the case. If a is greater than 1, this should be the case, right? Now, having done this repeatedly, now let's move to the condition number 2, right? Now in this condition I have log involved. Sorry. So if this is log here, right, and the base if it is a and the value is x, right, in the right hand side as well, if I have log and the same base a and the value here is y, right, and I'm saying that the LHS part is again bigger, right? Now how is it possible? It is only possible when I have x greater than y, right? It has to very naturally, right? If the both the base are same, if this LHS, the x is greater than y, then only it is possible, right? Right. So I know that in any logarithmic case, it cannot be 1, it cannot be 0, so it has more than 1, right? What if it is less than 1? What if it is like 0, right? In that case, let's say if a is less than 1, so in that case x has to be less than y, right? Then only this case is going to satisfy, right? So let's quickly take an example and see how sense does it make, how much sense does it make, right? Now let's take the first condition into the picture. If I have log 2 x here, right, and log 2 y here, I naturally know that in order to make this side as the bigger, I need to have x greater than y, right? X greater than y, and I know that this is the base is more than 1, right? That's what is my condition is. Let's talk about the condition 2. The condition 2 here says that now if I have, let's say, this as less than 1, right? So this is x and log half, and this is y. Now in order to make this as the larger part, the LHS as the larger part, I need to make x less than y, guys. Remember that this is the case. In order to make LHS still greater than the RHS, I need to have x less than y, right? In very same condition what I have seen in the first case. Now in condition 2, in case number 1, right? So here a, the base is more than 1, so if base is more than 1, x has to be greater than y. Now in the case 2, condition 2, if my base is less than 1, then my x has to be less than y, right? Guys, you need to keep in mind all these cases when you solve the logarithmic inequality, right? This might sound no it might not make a lot of sense now, but when you start solving these questions, you will see that how important these points are, right? So I would suggest you guys to make a note of it, so that no it helps you further. There's one last point which I need to discuss, and then we can now move on to the problem solving part of it, right? So the third point here is, and again the important one is, let's say if you have a condition something like this: log base a and the value is x, which is greater than y, right? Now remember this, guys, we have already seen such cases, right? We have already seen such cases in the previous videos where this was no this was the case, right? Where this was a to the power c, right? But here the thing is, like, it was an equal sign, but here it's an unequal sign. Now again, if your value, the base is greater than 1, remember this, if the base is greater than 1, then this is going to be same as we have seen it previously, right? But what if my base is not greater than 1, if it is half or if it is something like that, right? In that case, remember that x is not going to be greater than y, and a to the power y, right? So guys, these are very crucial points I'm discussing with you, and I hope you're going to keep this in mind, right? So I've also shown you few examples so that you can relate, right? If you still want me to show one example here, I'll happily do that. Let's say if I have something like this: 2x greater than y, right? So the outcome here is going to be x is greater than 2 to the power y, keeping in mind that this is greater than 1, right? I'll discuss the second part as well. If I have something like this, if this is, let's say, half and this is x greater than y, in this case here it's going to be something like this: x will be less than half to the power y, right? So guys, these are small points. I hope you're going to keep it in mind when we solve the question, right? Okay. Now, so there are steps or there are procedure how you solve logarithmic inequality question. Now I'm going to write the steps, right? I'm going to write the steps, and I want everyone to take it down the steps, because when I solve the question for you guys, I'll be recalling every step written here, right? The first step in solving the logarithmic inequality is calculate the domain. Calculate the domain. You guys know how to calculate the domain, right? We have already seen the video number 2 or 3, right? Second is calculate the domain of inequality. Basically, the inequality question given to you, you're going to calculate the domain. The calculating domain means solving for x, right? You have already done this. The second step is remove the log. Remove log from the question, right? Okay. The third step while solving the question is solve the obtained inequality. Solve the obtained inequality. So after removing the log, whatever inequality is left out, you're going to solve that. The last step is take the common solution. If you have the multiple solution, take the common solution or take the intersection part, right? Take the intersection part, right? So these are the four crucial steps we're going to follow while solving the inequality problems, and I assume that you're going to keep it in mind, right? So what you need to keep in mind: first the condition, what we have discussed, all three conditions previously, what we have discussed, and then the steps, right? What is written right in front of you, right? So having said that, now you have understood the condition, you have understood the step. Now let's dive into the problem solving part.